Hello, good evening, and welcome to Monkeys with Fire. How's everybody doing tonight? Hope you're all well. Hope you had a fantastic weekend. Good evening, Roger. Thanks for joining us this evening. So then, we've got a brand new board game to try out tonight. We're going to be taking a look at Life in Reterra, which is a community rebuilding game. This is a game suitable for families. It is super easy to learn, super easy to play. Plays in around about 35 minutes, so we'll be a relatively brisk stream this evening. It's aimed at ages 10 plus, 2 to 4 players. Basically, it is a family tile-laying strategy game that has a sort of cozy post-apocalyptic setting. We're going to be rebuilding a community, reclaiming things from the past, trying to build our community up, and whoever scores the most points at the end is the winner. Very, very easy stuff. My thanks, of course, to Avalon Hill and Hasbro Gaming for providing a copy of Life in Reterra for us to have a play this evening. There is a link in the video description, so do give it a check out. It's a great game if you are new to board gaming, want to encourage the younguns to basically sit around a table and get away from their video games. This is a good option. So let's jump to the table and take a look. Alright, so here we go. As you can see, it's nice and colourful. I want to draw your attention to the box. Let's take a quick look inside. This is what I like about family-based games. They always seem to be quite reasonably priced, and the components are really, really good. I guess that's the nature of family-based games, isn't it? There's just a little bit better inside the box. So what do we have? We've got a number of trays. You can see I've already got one out here. I just had to do a little bit of work punching out the various components, but these trays are different packs. So in other words, we'll be playing the game using pack 1, but there is a pack 2 and a pack 3. They have different kinds of buildings. Different buildings have different abilities, and ultimately once you've played through all 3 packs, you can then start mixing and matching the types of buildings that you potentially can build in your community. And of course, it's learning the strategies of what these buildings actually do. I will also show you, because it's off screen, but we've got this wonderful tile holder. So this is a super easy game to set up and to put away. They've essentially thought of everything. But an added bonus to this is that this game has recently won an award for the fact of using recycled materials. Let me just get the name. Hang on a second. Where is it? Here we go. It's the FSC. So the paper and wood in this game are made of materials from well-managed FSC-certified forests, recycled materials and other controlled sources. So this is an environmentally friendly board game. As it says, storage trays are made with 30% recycled plastic. So it really does fit the theme, doesn't it, of this rebuilding, of having to bring back things that were discarded and bringing new life to them. Let's move this out of the way and then we can actually play. Roger, are you available to want to play this evening? Would you like to give it a go? It's super easy. What we need to do, I just need to put these down here a little bit. And we need some starting tiles. As I say, this can play up to 4 players. We have these starting tiles here. These are going to be totally random. So we're going to have that one there and this one here. This is what our 2 players are going to start with. And hopefully we're going to have enough room to basically fit everything on here. So basically what we're going to do is we are building a 4x4. Yes. You can just see in the top corner here, this is the rules of the game. So they make things super easy for all players involved. So it's a 4x4 grid is what we're trying to do. We have a selection of 5 tiles available here for anybody to pick during their turn. Each player gets a little pile of 3 tiles that are their secret tiles, and that they can use them so they can kind of potentially plan what they wanted to do for maybe an advanced turn without having to rely on the random selection that comes out every time a tile is taken. The rules are pretty simple. Basically, you must always put a tile on an orthogonal, so we cannot have anything slightly off at an angle as so. And what we're trying to do is create these buildings to build up our community. And once you've built a building, you get the opportunity to use its special power in the following turn. The actual building themselves, they do have a points value up at the top, and I will explain why there's a question mark on the public square in a bit. And so to build a building, what you need to do, in fact this is probably not a good tile, let's take this one instead. You need to place your tile down and ideally pick up tiles that have cogs, because wherever the cogs are, you can build upon it. So I've got 2 cogs here in the grassland. It's got to be the same kind of terrain, and that being the case, I can build a building. And ultimately during your turn, you're going to draw a tile, and if you can build, you will build. If, for example, say I place this one down here, and I've made a really bad decision, I should put those 2 together, but regardless, I can't put anything on that one because I've already placed this new tile down. But if I wanted to, I could place, now, I mean, I suppose I would go like this, wouldn't I? And I would make a building. But let's say it was something different and I was going there. If you can't put a building down, but you want to use that tile, you can put an inhabitants down. And these little inhabitants meeples, these are really lovely. Got a little guy, got a little girl. It's not quite Mad Max. It's not that kind of apocalypse, but you know, you get the idea. They're sort of printed on one side. They look very cool. So inhabitants you put down if you can't build a building, or you know that you're definitely not going to be building one there. And inhabitants will score you 1 point at the end of the game. Now, it does come with a nice handy pad here so that you can track the points. So again, like many other tile-based games, we have terrain segments. If you can make a segment of the same kind of terrain of 7 or plus spaces, that's worth 3 points. So what do we have? We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We would need just 1 more, but there we go. We could put that one in there, couldn't we? And now we've got 8, and that is 1 segment, 3 points. Now, it doesn't matter how many more segments add on to that, you don't get any more. It's only going to be 3 for that first 7. But say, for example, we could build more into this desert area. We've got 5 at the moment. Build another 2, and that's an additional 3 points. So it's for every grouping of 7 or more is going to get you the points. Energy sources. It is an island, and so long as the island is surrounded by tiles, then that is worth 8 points, but you've got to completely surround the island. Relics. These are relics, and you'll find these icons on tiles. For every relic that you have in your community, it's worth a point. The inhabitants, that, as we previously mentioned, get placed down on a cog if you've decided not to build a building. They're worth 1 point each. The buildings themselves have their own points to them, which we'll go through in a minute. And should a player have the opportunity to place down a junk token, not only does that take away 1 point from the relic that was within your community, but it's also an additional -1. So in effect, it's 2 points you're going to lose. So junk is not what you want in your community. Let's take a look at these buildings then. And I think then we pretty much can get started. I'm just going to tidy this up. Put these back here. Obviously, I've had to twist the board round a little bit just to give us some building room here. But it doesn't take up a huge amount of space. You can see that there are levels to how this board is laid out. And this is dependent on the number of players. So I've set this up to a 2-player game. If you're doing 3 players, you get some additional building tiles, and 4 players, some more. Okay, so buildings, what do we have? We have a school. So this is worth 2 points at the end of the game. But it's also worth 2 additional points if you have more visible relics than both of your neighbours. Now, of course, we're just playing 2-player, so it's the opposing player. So, effectively, you could increase this school up to 4 points. If you get to build multiple schools, then of course they all score independently. So this actually could be quite good. A lot of points. We've got a garden. It's worth 3 additional points if placed on a terrain segment of exactly 7 continuous spaces. So as we talked about the green grassland areas, but as opposed to we went up to 8 segments, this requires exactly 7. You've got to keep an eye on that. But if not, it's still just worth 2 points. A farm. So every time you place a building, place a junk token on a relic in one of your neighbours' communities. So the game does have a little bit of that take that action, but it's done in a friendly kind of way. It's very cozy. We're not going to go to war over a bit of junk being thrown over the fence. And that's worth 4 points for every farm. An infirmary. So at the end of every turn, place 1 inhabitant on this building or any other building in the same segment of continuous terrain as this building. Now, I never found a rule to say how many inhabitants can actually go on this. But so long as you keep remembering at the end of every turn, place 1 inhabitant on this building. So you can keep on piling them up as far as I'm aware. And then finally the public square. This is worth 1 point per space of your largest segment of continuous terrain. So this is an opportunity to try and max out all of one terrain type. So that's quite a good one if you're prepared to invest in that idea. And of course, you need to have 4 cogs, all of the same land type, all together in a square to be able to build that particular tile. And again, what I like about the board is it does show you the kind of configuration that you need to have your cogs in. So you're already thinking of what you need to do. We'll put the scoring pad just there. Roger, are you with us? Did you follow along? Did you want to make decisions? If not, then I'll play both characters. Right, let's go jump on in. I will just point out before we get started, this is the rules. Again, rules really easy. There is a QR code for parents to scan so that they can learn how to play the game in advance. And these rules are really easy to read through, to be able to set the game up. Again, the game is designed for new players, families, so it is absolutely perfect in that regard. That's the kind of thing we are aiming to build during the course of our game. These were the energy sources I mentioned, where it needs to have tiles all around to score the points. Goes into a little bit of detail on the buildings, what you might find on land tiles. Gives some ideas of mixing and matching the different building sets once you've played through them all. And then gives you some space to be able to put together your own unique building sets. I like that. I thought that was a good idea. And I do believe that they have an expansion coming out for the game. So, life is looking good in Reterra. Right. Shall I go first, Roger? And then that might make things a little bit easier. What I'm going to do is I'm going to quickly look at my tiles. I'm going to show you yours. These are your secret tiles. I'm not going to take a look, but you want to kind of keep these in mind. You're going to be working from this starting tile. All right? So I'm just going to show these to you. Just get a general idea of what your tiles are. These might get you out of a tricky situation. But, you know, don't worry too much about it. You can probably use the tiles that we have here in the marketplace. Alright, so starting with me. So again, I'm just going to remind myself up here. On your turn, place one land tile. So first of all, we draw one up, or I use one in my collection. I'm going to draw one up. I'm going to take this one. I'm going to place it like so. And I'm going to draw a new tile to replace. Now, secondly, it says, if that land tile has a gear, you can place a building. Well, we can't at the moment because we need at least 2 gears. Or I could place an inhabitants. I could only place an inhabitants, one inhabitants on the brand new tile that I have just placed. But I'm going to hope that I can do some building with these tiles. So I'm not going to do that just yet. Oh, but hang on. Hang on. Ooh. Because this is where I learned a mistake from last time I played. So actually, I'm going to put down an inhabitants on that one, which means I'm kind of banking on this cog being the one that I'm going to use to actually build. Okay, and then we refill the market. All right, over to you, Roger. So you can choose any of the tiles down here, or you can choose one of your secret tiles, and then you just need to tell me where you want to place it next to your starting tile. I realise I've done all these upside down, haven't I? Typical. While you're doing that, I'm going to redo these. Because my OCD is going off the chart on that. And you see, they'd look so nice. So I guess this is... because you've got to try and work out what they are reclaimed from. I like the idea that this community has a space shuttle that has now turned into a school. That's quite something. I mean, did they go into an old museum? Is it the Smithsonian? Could they grab a space shuttle from there? Or maybe from NASA? I'm sure there must be a few space shuttles hanging around. Have I lost you, Roger? Should I make a decision for you? Right, so what we've got, because unfortunately you got dense jungle, you got water, you got asphalt, because of course this is a time after our civilization has long gone, and we've got some grassland. So what do we have? Well, we've got lots of jungle here, with also, oh here we go, second column and 2 up from the bottom. I think you're talking about this one here. Where do you want it placed? I'm assuming it's going to have to be something... is it something like this, maybe? I know how these things work. So you'll have to remember, when you do your selection, tell me where you want it to be placed next to the existing tiles. We always have fun and games on this, don't we? Yes? Something like that? Okay. And I'm assuming you're keeping your cog 3 at the moment so that you can build. So let's pick another tile to replace into the market. There it is. Okay. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this one just here. Put that in there. So now I have the option to build if I want to do so. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I'm going to chance it. I'm going to build a garden. So I place my garden like so. And then we need to replace a tile. New one out. And it's over to you. So you can see how this game plays. It's very, very casual. I'm going to move mine up slightly just to give us a little bit more room. As we say, it's going to be a 4x4 square that we're going to create, so we should be okay. I think we've got enough room for that. Now, there's plenty of cogs on the desert, plenty of cogs on the jungle. But unfortunately, not so many on the grasslands now. So you might have to change your strategy. Saying that though, you might have one of your secret tiles that might help you in this situation. Second column, third up. So, it's going to be the top one here, isn't it? Where do you want to place that? Green cog to green top. Yes. Okay. Excellent. There we go. Done. Now, do you want to place a meeple down, or on either of the two that you've got the options on here? Or are you going to keep them open for potential building? Because once you pass, you can't then place a meeple on an existing tile that's already been placed. It's only the brand new tile you put down that can have a meeple on. So you kind of got to weigh up whether you're going to... Yeah, place a meeple. Which one do you want to place on? The desert or the jungle? Yeah, you've got to kind of work out, am I going to be building there? Or am I going to build on the other side? On the orange. Okay. There you go. You got a point. We just need to put out a new tile. Oh gosh, see, these tiles are not in our favour, are they? I am going to take this orange. I'm going to put a tile in like so. And I'm going to leave that. I'm going to put out a new tile. Back over to you then. We might have to bring you down a little bit. Just to give us some room. So what do we have? We've got here we go. We got a cog on the green. But we still have cogs on the jungle. Remember, of course, any relics that are in your community, they are worth a point. So I guess if you have the option to take a tile that includes a relic, that's always a good choice. So, second column, 2 up, cogs together. Yes. Okay, that goes there. You have the option then. You can take either a school or a garden if you indeed want to build something. What do you want to do? Remember your school. You want the garden, okay? So you're aiming to try and build the same type of terrain, exactly 7 squares. 1, 2, 3, 4. You got 5. You need just 2 more squares. All right. We need a replacement tile. More desert. Ooh, I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh. And you know what? I've realised I've actually made a mistake already. That is typical me. I must have slid that along somewhere. Oh my goodness. Right, how do I fix this? Hang on a second. I'm gonna have to do this. There we go. I'm gonna have to cheat a little bit. I can do that. I just realised I completely messed that up. Here's me telling you the rules and then I'm breaking them. But it's okay. It's okay. It's not gone too far yet. Right, so with that in mind, I'm going to place that tile like so. The 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 for my garden. I have a choice. What do I want to do? I am going to put a meeple on that green space. You can only ever put down one inhabitant, even if you potentially might have two cogs that you want to use up. And so we need to put down a new tile. There it is. Typical me. Well, you guys know what I'm like. Alright, what are you going to do? You want to build up your jungle. Oh, here we go. You've got one. So you could put that on in. One, two, three, four, five. Oh, hang on, you want two, don't you? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You need two more. Yes, so in fact, actually, maybe this one or this one actually is ideal. First column, first tile, top green. Yes. And I'm going to assume it's something like this, isn't it? Now, the question is, do you want to put a meeple on here, or do you want to keep it open? Because hopefully, you've got... Oh, but hang on, but you don't want to... Ooh, maybe it's a meeple. Because you don't want to have any more to this jungle. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yes, you actually want to close that off, don't you? And I guess that's a good thing about putting in the inhabitants, is it's a reminder that you don't want to build that, so you don't break up the additional points you're getting there. Okay, can see how that works. New tile. More green grass. So I'm totally changing my strategy because I've messed things up a little bit. We're going to place that there. So I've got 4 across now, and in fact, I'm probably going to push that all the way up. And what we're going to do... Do I want a garden? Yeah, let's go for another garden. Garden in there, and I'm just going to push all of this up. There we go. Okay, new tile. I think we'll be okay. We should be able to squeeze both of our communities on. I wonder, do we have like a big wall in between us? Maybe that's where we lob junk over to one another like angry neighbours. In fact, one of the sets does have a junk lobber, which I thought was quite funny. So you can jettison your trash to the person next to you. Second column tile on the bottom. You're taking the desert. Okay. Where's that going to go? Left side, water and desert together. Left side, desert and water together. I'm assuming that. How does that look? I'll wait until you tell me. At the top, he says. There we go. I think I've got that right. So the question is, do you want to place an inhabitant on the cog? Or do you have plans? Ultimately, I guess you're stopping me from creating additional space on deserts. So again, is that little bit of passive take that? Taking tiles that you know that your other players potentially might be aiming for. Leave the cog open, he says. All right. New tile goes down. What have we got? We got more cogs, and we got green land. I don't want any green land, though, do I? I'm going to have a look at my secret stack. Oh, okay. I am going to... Ooh. I'm going to take this one. Place that just there. Let's take this one here. More jungle. I think we might have to push my building up slightly higher. We might be running out a little bit of room, but there we go. Over to you. So we've got plenty of jungle options. There's some asphalt options. Secret stack, third from the top. So you mean the bottom one then? Because there is only 3. So that should be this one just here. And if you want to tell me how and where, I'm assuming it might be along here. See, the secret stack's a good idea, because it does mean that you can plan a little bit, just a little bit. Oh, desert tile. Okay, wrong one. You mean that it was the top tile then? Okay. Oh, are you going to go something like that maybe? Let's see if I'm guessing correct. What's that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh, that's another 7. So, cogs together, I'm assuming it's a garden. What kind of a garden do you build in a desert? Is it for cactus? I guess it must be. Yep. Do you want your garden? I think it would make sense. And of course, there is a rush for these buildings. Once they're all gone, that is it. So, I think that's good. Garden, yep, okay. So actually, I'm going to have to look at my stack, aren't I? I'm going to place down that one just there. And it's back over to you. Oh, hang on. No. I've put that one down, but I'm going to put my meeple just there. You've always got to remember. I found when I was playing it at the weekend, that was something that I lost a few points by not remembering to put down meeples on cogs. So the market of tiles hasn't changed. Second column, top tile. Taking this one just here. Where would you like it? I think we might just be able to get these squeezed in. I might have to build mine here. Push things up a little bit. Right, tide waters together. I think you're meaning like so. Because I'm assuming you wouldn't want your jungle to disrupt the rest of the jungle there. The question then is, do you want to do anything with the cog, or are you happy to keep it as is? Yeah, is that good? Alright, excellent. New tile. Ah, see, the desert comes out now. No, I'm going to have to go with my secret ones, aren't I? So I'm going to place that in there. Now, just because I've put that tile there, if you wanted to build above, you can do. We'll just bring yours down. Remember, you still have options to build above and below. You just can't build on either side now because we've both got our width of 4. So I've put that in. And I'm going to build an infirmary. That just goes in like so. Excuse me a second. Excuse me. So on future turns, I am now able to place down an inhabitants in the infirmary. Which feels like a bit wrong. Feels as if my community, they're in the hospital. What am I doing to them? Okay, it is your choice. And effectively, this is the height and width of my community now. So I think we're just about squeezing on. That's fine. Second column, middle tile, rotate 90 degrees. So, second column, middle tile, 90 degrees. Are we thinking here? Place cogs together, yes. What are you building? Are you building the final garden, or are you going to take a school? We're getting quite good at this now. Yep, bottom right. Yep, got that one. Taking the garden. He's taking the last garden. Oh, wow. Okay. Okay, done. We need to replenish. Oh, look at this. It's perfect. I keep on feeding you good tiles here. What's that? That's 4, that's 5, 6, 7. Oh, you see? You're going to do okay with the garden. Ah. Now, what can I do? I am going to play... Gonna play my final secret tile. I'm going to place that one just in there. Oh, actually, do I want to do that? Hang on. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I actually don't want to do that. No, I'm not doing that. No. But I've shown you that tile. I want to... 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I need to take this one, don't I? Let's place that like so. That's my 7. And take the meeple and put him in there. Yes, that's a better choice. There we go. See, again, that's something which I thought was funny about this game, is that you kind of want to start building all the like terrains together. And then it kicks in that you've got to remember that doesn't serve me any purpose unless it does. So that would be a bad tile to place in there at the moment. It's not helping me at all. But we'll have to see how the game plays out. So, over to you. Second column middle tile. Taking the asphalt. Yep, I thought you might do. I'm going to assume you want to place it like so. So the question is then, are you going to put a meeple onto that cog? Again, you've got the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, it's 6. 6, you actually need one more going into there. Yep, you want the meeple in. There you go. Done. We need a new tile. Well, that's two asphalt, but that's one too many. You don't want that. I am going to take that one and place that in like so. And we replace with one in there. Ooh, ooh. Oh, you wanted to keep... Do you want to keep that one open? Look at your secret pile. See if you got an asphalt. No. It's jungle and grasslands. Those are the two you got left. Pretty much the same tile, isn't it? Just tell me about this one. Did you want to put that guy in there or not? Obviously, it would mean that you don't get the additional points, potentially, for that garden. Good like we have it. Okay. So, it is your turn, isn't it? Or is it my turn? Your turn? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yes, it's your turn. Second column, put top, put on left, put batteries together. Done. You have a cog. Do you want to put a meeple on or leave as is? You're hoping for a good tile to come out, aren't you? leave it as is. All right, no problem. Let's draw a new tile. Oh. Yes, and a tile with 1 asphalt. Yeah, it's not happening, I'm afraid, is it? Not happening. I am going to... I'm going to take that one. I'm going to place that in there. And we'll put... Oh, you see, I've been forgetting. I can put a meeple down there. And I should be putting meeples down in my infirmary. I have lost a point, 2 points maybe. Right. Ah. There you go. There's another tile out, but it's not what you want. But this is where you have the option, as I'm going to be doing, is trying to sort of stall your building a little bit. Try and build around the edges and hope that that might yield the tiles that you're wanting. You effectively could leave this right to the end. When do you use it? The garden is part of the point scoring. So you get an additional 3 points right at the end. So it doesn't do anything during the actual play. Not like the infirmary, which is something that you do have to manage. And the farm, we haven't done any farms. That would be putting junk tokens onto the relics. So first column, bottom, put cogs together on left. Cogs together on left. Like so. Okay. You have the option to build. You could build a school. Or you could hang on and potentially build an infirmary or a farm. Are you going to chance your luck? Now, I imagine with 3 or 4 players vying for the different tiles that are available will actually make it a little bit harder for you to be able to sort of plan ahead. You're going to hold for the infirmary, okay. I'm going to just pick a random tile here. Let's see if it works out. Oh, there we go. So, I'm in fact going to take that tile. We're going to place that in like so. And we then get another tile out. That goes in there. Oh, there we go. See, things might be looking up for you. Well, I don't like to play nasty. I've realised that. I like to play fair. And especially with games where it's a building game. I like the idea of everybody able to build together, not somebody coming along and knocking things down. So, but the farm losing a few points, that's not too bad. First column, bottom tile, rotate the cog. Yep. Put that in like so. So what are you taking? Are you taking the infirmary or are you taking the farm? The infirmary. Okay, done. So next turn, you can add a meeple. And of course, I forgot again. I am so hopeless. I forgot again. Okay. None of these tiles are helping. So I'm going to play my final secret tile. I'm actually going to place it in like so. It's over to you. This may or may not pay off. We will see. Oh, hang on, before I do. Gotta put my guy down on the infirmary, haven't I? So many points I lose out on this. I think this is where Mum or Dad would have to constantly keep reminding me. Don't forget to put down your little guy on your hospital. Second column, bottom, rotate so the waters are together. Second column, bottom, rotate water together on the bottom. So it's something like that. And put the meeple in the infirmary. You tell me if I've got that correct. We really are just counting on this last one, aren't we? Hoping that it's going to pay off. It is. It's an additional 3 points if we can make it work. But if not, it is what it is. Rotate 180 degrees. Yeah, okay. Like this. Oh, I see, yes. Water on the bottom. I thought you meant water on the bottom. I think we're good. Yep, looks good. Alright. Let's take this one here. No, 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 no. Everything is failing. Failing. I'm going to take that one and we're just putting that in randomly like so. I'm going to take a meeple, go there, and one on the infirmary. Excuse me a second. Okay, so here we go. Over to you. The crowd goes silent. We're so close to scoring. Second column bottom, put it in the middle. Yep. Yep. So that goes in there. You get the choice then of you can put down a meeple. One, two, three, four, five, six, seven. Meeple in infirmary and on the tile. Yep. So, infirmary and on the tile. Okay. Oh wow, look at that one. Right, well, I'll take that final tile. That was very fortunate. I'll put that there, and I'll take that public square. Place that there, and put a meeple in the infirmary. Final tile. Oh wow! So this is the energy generator, but of course we've got to the end of our communities and there's no space for it to go. So what do you want to finish with? I guess whatever you take, it's putting a meeple on a cog. Oh, potentially. Oh, here we go. You could build yourself a school. First column, top tile. Something like that, maybe. And build a school. You might as well. And in fact, yes, most definitely you should do. Does that build a school? It builds a school for sure. You can have a space shuttle school. There you go. And you need a dude into your infirmary. In fact, a dudette. Right, there you go. So that's it. We go to the scoring. Let's see how we do. So, Monkey versus Roger. Okay. So, terrain segments of 7 or more. So, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. This is more than 7. So I've actually got 3 of those. So that would be 9 points. What have you got? You've got 1 of 7. There we go. 1. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. There's 2. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. There's 3. You get 9 points as well. Oh, hang on. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh yeah, shows only 5. Yep. And that's 5 as well there. 9 points each. We both, neither of us got an energy source. Relics. How many relics? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh, hang on. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Oh, okay. How many inhabitants? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Getting closer. Buildings. So we now go through the building scores. You've got a school. And you have more relics than me. So you've got a school, which is 2 points, plus an additional 2 points for your having most relics. So I'm going to put you down as a 4, just in there. Gardens. These are worth 2 points each. Got to be on a segment of exactly 7. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That's 5 points there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That's 10. And that's it. That's my 2 gardens. 10 points. Let's see how you do. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That's 5 points. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 10 points. This garden is on a section that is obviously much larger. So you get 2 points for that. So that's 12. Farm? Neither of us went for any farms. Infirmary is worth 4 points each. You've got one, I've got one. So I've done all of your buildings, haven't I? Done a school, done the 2 scoring gardens plus the additional one, done the infirmary. So that's 20 points in total for you. I've got 14 at the moment, but this public square is all of the green tile underneath it. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, it's 20. So that is 34. Let's put a little 20 in there. We didn't do any junk on either of us, so nothing there. Okay, so what have we got? 18, 38, 45, 38, 45, yeah. $34, $44, 52, 52, that's 61? 61, I think. Ish. So there you go. That was it. I was just very fortunate with that public square. And yes, if you're able to build that, then it really does help. But again, it's all down to the tiles that are drawn, isn't it? If I was lucky and I had that square of tiles there, so that's what managed to sort of clinch it a little bit. So there we go. That is life in Reterra. I enjoy it. I think it's a fun family game. Simple as that. I think experienced players will probably find it a little bit too easy, but as a game to introduce non-board gamers, then this is a bright and colourful introduction to the hobby. It is very easy to teach, as you could tell. It looks great. All of the components are fantastic, really good production value. And because of the different building packs, there's a good amount of replayability to it. And ultimately, once you've played through all the packs, then you can start mixing and matching. You'll always have 5 different buildings. Now these, something I haven't looked at, here we go, is on the back. They have different iterations of the same building. So here's a version of the farm. Every time you place an inhabitant, place a junk token on a relic in one of your neighbour's communities. This is a bit more brutal. That's every time you place an inhabitant, whereas the standard version is every time you place a building. Well, think of the amount of inhabitants that we've placed down during the course of this game. You'd have none of your relics showing. That's actually quite nasty. Infirmary. Every time a neighbour places an inhabitant, place 1 inhabitant on this building or any other building in the same segment. So different varieties of the buildings, which doubles up the amount of different buildings you'll be able to play across the entire spectrum of the game. Yeah, I enjoy it. A lot of fun. Again, perfect for families. I think that's the takeaway for this, and I think it is. It's a good game for new players for sure. Okay, so we're going to go from one cozy apocalypse to something a little more serious. We are going to be taking a look on Thursday evening at the Electric State. This is a brand new role-playing game from our friends at Free League Publishing. Regulars to the channel will know that, of course, we are big fans of Free League's Tales from the Loop. And this is kind of a spiritual successor to that. It is done by the same amazing artist who fuses a sort of futuristic outlook, but into a decade that is full of pop culture. So whereas Tales from the Loop was set during the 80s, the Electric State is set during an alternate 1990s. And of course, there was one big thing that happened in the 90s that really did shape the face of the world, and we will be exploring an alternate version of that on Thursday evening. Also, The Electric State is a movie that will be coming out next year, starring Chris Pratt and Millie Bobby Brown. You can check out the trailer on YouTube in advance of our stream on Thursday if you want to get a bit of an idea of what the game is going to be like. So I look forward for you to join me on Thursday as we go and explore an alternate 1990s. Was that a decade for you, Roger? I was there. I can't remember anything about the 90s. I clearly was an 80s kid. So this will be a bit of a trip down memory lane, I think. See all the things that I wasn't aware of. But yes, looking forward to it. It's going to be a lot of fun. So that is our show on Thursday night. You was there, Roger. You was there. Excellent. Okay. Well, thank you so much for playing. I'm glad that you did enjoy the game. You're not sure what went on. Just to point out, this game is available, as say, in Target in the US for a very reasonable price. So, yes, there should be a link to the Hasbro site if you're interested. All right, then. Have a wonderful rest of your evening or day, and look forward to seeing you on Thursday. But until then, bye for now.